Good morning, Brian. I was hoping we could get an update on some of the guys that are banged up. Do you expect either Devontae or Jakeem to practice today? And with Gesicki, we saw you didn't IR him yesterday. Is that a sign that maybe things might not be as bad as some might have originally feared?
Yeah, I think all the guys that are banged up, which again, this time of year, everyone's got bumps and bruises. Guys are getting treatment. I think it's a little, early to say whether a guy's going to be in, out. But I was through the training room this morning, and there was a number of guys in there getting treatment, all with positive attitudes, and obviously going to do everything they can to get back as quickly as they can. So, as you guys know, I have my medical meeting after I do media, and it's kind of how the day is set. They treat, and then we have our team meeting, and now they're in position meeting. So I'll meet with Kyle and the medical staff once I'm done here.
Armando.
Coach, as to Sunday's game, are you concerned that you have a rookie quarterback facing a Belichick defense for the first time, or has Tua already seen everything he's likely to see on a football field from a defense?
I don't think there's any way he's seen everything he's likely to see. He's so young in his career. Look, I mean, it's going to be a very big challenge. Not only for Tua, but our entire offense, our entire team. It's a good football team. They're obviously well coached. They're tough. They're physical, really, in all three phases. They play team football, and it'd be a tough test for everyone on our team.
Josh.
Hey, Brian, there were a lot of unknowns heading into that week one matchup, especially with Cam there at quarterback. 15 weeks later, what are the differences, some things that you've seen on tape that makes this team different now than the first time you faced them?
Well, I mean, they're well coached situationally. They do things, they do a good job, in situational football. They run the football well. And Cam's he's athletic, and he, just as far as extending plays and giving his receivers time to get open, he's still, I think he's done a very good job of that this season. Defensively, I mean, they got a lot of good players, and they limit big plays, and they make it hard for offenses. And I think they've done a very good job in the kicking game. So it's a good, team. They play well in all three phases, and this will be a tough test for us.
Hal.
Brian, you opened the season by losing by 10 to the Patriots. How much has changed for your team since then? How much better is your team since that point?
I think we made improvements over the course of the season, which is always the goal. I think a lot of guys have really worked hard, offensively, defensively, in the kicking game, to get better in a lot of areas: communication, technique, fundamentals. But I would, that's the case for their team as well. I think they've made a lot of improvement as well. So, week one feels like a long time ago, especially in this particular year. 2020, with all the things that have gone on, the different protocols and things of that nature. But look, this is, we try to take things one week at a time. And this week, we're playing against a division opponent that's plays well in all three phases, and we expect a tough, physical 60-minute ball game.
Travis.
Good morning, Coach. I wanted to ask you about the challenges of adding a fullback to an offense creates for a defense. And is it a little more challenging in 2020 to deal with a fullback, since you don't really see it that often throughout the course of a season?
Yeah, I mean, it can be challenging. I mean, they had a fullback when they had a gap, they had they basically add a gap. So, defensively, it's something that, we've seen. We have a fullback as well. So we've seen the, those types of plays. But they do a good job in the run game. They really do. And they've been able to, pick up chunks of yardage. And I want to say they're top 5 in the league in the rushing. So they've done a good job from that standpoint. The fullback's a big part of that. So we're going to have our work cut out for us as far as getting that defended. Those are the things we'll be preparing for all week, as well as the rest of the things they do. I mean, this isn't just a running football team. They've got play action, they got drop back, they got I think they lead the league in screen yardage, and then they play well defensively in the kicking game also. So it'd be a tough test.
Cam?
Hey, good morning, Flo. This game has two, really good number one corners in Gilmore and X. You've coached them both. I'm curious if there's any similarities or maybe any differences that you see in their games.
They're both very competitive, obviously very talented. Both have very good ball skills. Both excellent players. So, and they're both team first guys. They'll be the first to tell you that it's not about, their, personal situation, but more about the team. So both excellent players.
Omar?
Coach, you talked about the Patriots are good from an execution standpoint when it comes to the run game. What does it take to have an efficient run game, one that helps you out on first and second downs?
Good execution. Good fundamentals, good tech. I mean, look, you can't have a good play without good fundamentals and good technique. So good fundamentals, good technique, good effort, and then good execution based on what the defense is giving you. So they've done a good job from that standpoint. And, we're going to have to do a good job defensively of defending their run game. And, that's what we'll prepare for, along with really everything they do offensively, runs, play actions, drop back, screens, and once we get into third down and the things they do in the red zone and the QB runs. So I think that's, all those factor into, their entire offense to include the run game.
Adam?
With the understanding that and your sole focus is this week, there's some clarity now when it comes to the AFC playoff race. In your mind, do you have to win out to make it so you don't have to rely on any help?
I mean, we just take it one game at a time. And the focus is this week. I mean, like we said for the last, several weeks, it's got to take care of what's in front of you and focus on that. If you don't, then the rest of it doesn't matter. So, we got a big game this week against a division opponent. It's a good team, and that's where the focus is.
Cam?
Hey, Flo, I guess O's question made me think about something. There's been a lot of debate, I guess, in the analytics department about the value of maybe a run game as we've evolved over time. I'm curious your view on the value of a run game as teams become more pass heavy in this league.
I mean, I think, running the football is, important. I mean, I think moving the football efficiently is important. So run, pass, screens, RPOs, gadgets, trick plays. I think it's all about just moving the football consistently. And quite honestly, how we do that, whether it's run, whether it's pass, whether it's however we do it, as long as we move the ball efficiently, that's the goal. So we'll just continue to, that's the goal for every offense. And conversely, defensively, you're looking to stop all those plays. So yeah, but run game is very important.
Final question, Omar?
You just listed off run, pass, screen, RPO, gadget, trick plays. Is that how you view offenses, or am I missing something?
Is that how I view offenses, or is that?
No, I'm saying is that how the different compartments of offense for a defensive minded coach, that how you view things sectionally, or is there more?
I wouldn't call myself defensive minded. I mean, I coach football, offense, defense, and special teams. And I think those are elements of each of offense in today's game: run, play action, drop back, screens, RPOs. I mean, that's, unless you see it differently, Omar. Maybe I'm seeing a different game than you are. But whether you're offense or defense, you can unmute them, Matt. Whether we're offense or defense, I think it's, those are the elements of what you're seeing in the offensive game, and that's what you see defensively. So unless there's, maybe I'm missing something, 4
No,
strong pass offense, 5 strong pass offense, 2x2 formations, 3x1s, empties. I mean, we can get into all that. But whether you're an offensive coach, defensive coach, to me, I just coach football. So they're all parts of it. We can get into the kicking game if you want. Talk about, now you don't like the kicking game. So, we'll just, we can get into that too. I mean, field goal protections and things of that nature. But
okay.
it's just coaching ball, not offense or defense, just football coach.